mic check. That music is so epic. What's up, everybody? John Sanders here with Limitless Soups. I know that a million people are watching, so yes, how you guys doing out there? If you're here, check it in the comment section so that I know that you're here. What's up, Kieran and Declan Louth? We are talking about, I was thinking about like Tim Duncan was a great teammate, and I was thinking this thing that we're going to talk about later on, the UCLA coach was basically cussing out his players, and then I was also thinking about just like other things that happen on teams like fighting and stuff like that, teams like Anthony Edwards going through stuff right now where he's not trusting his teammates and things like that. People, when LeBron started out, his teammates didn't even want him. I'm thinking, what kind of pro would you make? What's up, Josiah Chacon? All right, what kind of pro would you make? All right, if you were on a team in the pros, would you be like LeBron's teammates when he first joined? They were like, whatever, this new guy is not going to be taking my place, like that. And like, look at the interviews. They're hilarious. Or would you be like me, where I would be like, whoa, we have Wembanyama on our team? Let me go pick him up from the airport. Can I pick him up from the airport, coach? All right? Because you gotta be reasonable and realistic. And you gotta be helpful to your teammates. And you gotta do all those the correct things where you all know the right answer. The right answer is you act like a great teammate. The right answer is you do X, Y, and Z for your teammates. The right answer is you act like a good human being even, right? But yet, so often, we don't do those things. So often, and I've been, guilty of this as well, we do things to the detriment of our team. All right? Like get into petty arguments, or you try to weasel your way out of certain things like that. Like me and a teammate, we would skip our squats every single time, and then it started affecting us on the courts because our legs weren't strong enough. All right? And if you just do the right things all the time, you'll be great. And I've noticed something on our team. With this team that we're doing, the Las Vegas or Bust team, something magical is starting to happen. Something magical's in the air. And I don't know if it's going to be sustainable, or maybe it was just this weekend since it was a free weekend, but the kids started to meet up by themselves in the rec center. Now, it was like 4 of them, I think. It was Wes, Henry, Trenton, if he wants to be a part of the team, I don't even know, and Luke. All were being filmed together. All right, now Mello did his elsewhere at another rec, but yo, if you guys all start meeting up in your spare time to do all these things together, that's a whole new level of team. That's a team where you don't get the playing time and you're still cheering for your teammate, or you score 50 and your teammates are like, let's keep getting the ball to you because they care about you. That's a beautiful team to be on. And I don't know if you guys can keep that up. I didn't even ask for that, but maybe it's easier for you guys to work out in a group. Hey, cool. One thing I will say for your workouts, form shots are with one hand. I'm gonna go through all those things again today. But we're also gonna add some stuff. Phoenix is coming back. Phoenix Taplin's coming back. So maybe you guys can ask him to try to be on the team too. But we'll at least have him to play against. Right, and we have more than 10 that will be there today, so we'll get some up and down running. So hopefully we get to do some team game stuff, and hopefully that doesn't just totally mess you guys up, or I forgot the plays now. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing now. Okay, so let's figure that stuff out. But we have a lot to overcome, and we will do it as a team. So I'm super excited for this. I believe that we're gonna do this thing. I believe that's going to happen. It's going to be amazing. So let's see what happens, okay? All right, quote of the day. Quote of the day today is, trust the process. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Yes, no, not that Philadelphia 76er broken process. The real process, all right? You trust this process right here, all right? And it's a long road, all right? Look, the shortcomings of this program, the bad parts are that I won't use candy to make you feel good. Maybe I should, dude. Maybe I should. That's why I added this whole Vegas team. But no, the other people will, they're always going to get you because winning is fun. Even if you're playing against worse people or playing with better people. I mean, leaving the Cavaliers for the Miami Heat was fun for LeBron James. But that probably isn't the best way if he was looking to improve as a human, as a player. All right, it's always going to be tough, and man, oh man, we are facing that every single year of this program. All right, try not to ignore the process. Try not to adjust the process. All right, basically, if I ask you to do something, take it as a challenge and do it. All right, because it will be a process. You should be frustrated. If you're not overly frustrated with your game on a daily basis, like every single game, you're not frustrated, it's a problem. All right, it means that you're not improving. If you're like, dude, I felt really comfortable out there, man, that felt really good, that was easy. Oops, you missed a game. And if you're like, well, we can't always be like that, you can if you're great. The more of that you can handle, the greater that you'll be. All right, the more comfort that you have, sadly, that's just gonna keep you like chilling. All right, if you were to challenge yourself to the highest extent that you can handle, that's the best that you can become. But understand that not everyone can handle the highest extent. All right, some people can only handle this much pressure, this much push. All right, so if you can handle more and you're not getting more, or you're not giving yourself more, then that's where you're failing yourself. But now, if you can't handle anything at all, then maybe just being on a rec team is good enough. Because you're like, oh, I got to dribble the ball, and that's like hard for you. Okay, cool. All right, but if you can handle more and you're like, I have not reached my ceiling, you need to step it up more, get more responsibility, play harder teams, etc., etc. Add some extra workouts to your routine. Do something, because no one's doing the whole thing yet in terms of the trajectory. So I need you guys to be pushing yourselves as far as you can handle, and everyone's different. But once you have that, that's the process. All right, and that's what you must trust. We're not aiming for high school here. We're aiming for well beyond that. We're aiming for D1 or the pros, and if we fall short, it is what it is. I had you guys order yourselves who's better than whom, right? I put Kieran out front, Mello in the back, right? And I was like, who's better than whom? Then I went, but how much better are the best players in the country than Kieran? And it was like way, way, way above. And let's imagine that wasn't true. Let's say that we were exaggerating, and the best player is only like this much better than Kieran. But if Kieran and the rest of you guys aim for that far thing, where will you be? So that's why I don't like when people are kind of like, oh, no, I'm good enough. No, you're not. No matter how mad it makes you, you need to see the goal as something way out there if you're going to push yourself at all. And once you get to the opposite free throw line in that regard, and you look back and you say, John, you were lying. Those guys weren't as good as me. They weren't that much better. But you made me go all this way, and now I'm 20 times better than they are. Then you're like Luka Doncic and like Victor Wembanyama and the NBA, where they were like, oh, this is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Wouldn't that be a pimp thing to say, right? So be like that, do that, but it all starts with trusting the process. Quote of the day, trust the process. Let's take a look at this poll question today. All right, this is interesting. The question is, would you like to play for a coach like this? Listen to what he's saying to his players. Turn this thing up so you can hear it. This is after a loss. Mick Cronin went off on his team.
We're soft. We're too soft to play hard enough. I have to run on the court to get guys to play hard. It's crazy, and it's every day. I'm tired of it. It's every day. I have the most energy of anybody at practice every day. I'm upset with everybody in that locker room, my assistant coaches and my players. I don't need to do anything else. I almost got 500 wins. I'm only 53. You think I'm coaching the Lakers? It's a joke. It's a joke. But yet I come in and I have more passion and energy and pride than everybody in. That's the problem.
So he's calling out his team in a way that I've called out you guys before, but imagine this being at the NIL level. Because these guys are getting paid to play now. Can you speak to people like that? Or is everyone going to get in just abandon ship? Now they have actually turned it around. They started winning some games now. But the problem isn't what we're talking about. Would you play for him or not? The problem is, why act like that to begin with? What up, Weston? What's up, Sean O'Brien III? The problem is, why act like that to begin with? How many times have I told you guys that I, as a coach, have more energy and more passion than you guys as players. But let's break that down. You guys are kids, right? You guys just started this off. Think about every teacher that you have. Your science teacher. Who loves science more, you or your science teacher? Of course your science teacher. That's why they went into that field, right? How about your history teacher? Of course your history teacher. They've been doing it for so much longer. So, of course your coach cares about it more than you do. You just started off. But I think by college, you should have a bigger thirst than that. So I kind of forgive you guys. You guys haven't developed that passion yet. But what about you in a few years? And what about all those players who are currently better than you who do care that much? And they're just as young as you. What up, Luke? They actually do care. What about those players? The players that they do have more passion than a coach can have. But it is disheartening to be a coach and to go out there and try your hardest. You're like, yeah, but you can't even be on the court. And all the guys on the court are just like dogging it. You guys have, as players, you guys have to develop that passion and understand that if you lose, who cares? I think that's where it comes from. You're scared to give your all and then lose. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that, okay? All right, the stuff that we're doing today. All right, we got film shot breakdown. I might actually do that for everybody. No, that takes so long. I'm not sure what I'll do for that one. Maybe we'll just talk about how we shoot. We won't actually do the film shot breakdown. All right, then the swoop layup, rocker step, floaters, pump fake to dribble J, and then a lot of the stuff will be team stuff, okay? We talk about our drives and rotations, 180 tangent for shots, down screen away, and then 3 for layup and shot, 10 plus seconds tie game. And then on top of all that, we're going to do our team stuff for Vegas. All right, just the reinstating all the things that we're talking about for offense, for defense, for transition. We're going to go over our out of bounds plays as well. So heads up for a long day, all right, but it'll be fun. We'll get some up and down 5-on-5 in as well, all right, but it all starts with all this stuff. So heads up for what we're doing, all right, and let's check out the trivia question today. Trivia question brought to you by Aquafina. Aquafina, whose slogan is, "At least we're not Dasani." That's the real stuff, guys. All right. Anyways, trivia question today. We got our leader is Just Science with 3 points. Austin Maxon with 2. Teo with 1. Jeremy Booyaka with 1 right there at the end. Whoever gets it right the first wins. And if you win the most for the month, then you win $50. All right. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. The question today is, Julius Erving, not just Irving, left UMass after his junior season in 1971 for what team? That's the question. What team did Julius Erving leave UMass for? He left early from UMass and to go to a team. What team was that? All right. Dr. J is Julius Erving, if you were wondering. All right. Dr. J is Julius Erving, the doctor. The doctor. All right. Could dunk from the three-point line. Could do 890 windmill reverse dunks, had his afro out to here, one of the biggest, bestest players. He was like Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan, was actually inspiration for much of everyone, basically. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. But what team did he leave UMass for? He left early after his junior season. Virginia Squires is the answer! Good job. I don't know if Weston, have you ever won one of these before? Oh, no, you're on there. So, yeah, you must have won something before. All right, good job. Sean O'Brien III, you're just out of reach. You just missed it. Weston got it first. Great job, great job, great job. We'll be right back after these messages. Only one message. Water break!
Something know about Mendoza sewer and water. That's better.
Yes, Mendoza's sewer and water. Next up that we're talking about is health and fitness. All right, Kawhi Leonard and Mr. Glass right above me. Those guys get hurt all the time. But which one is the true Mr. Glass? I'll let you guys be the judges. I could have put this in our poll question, but dude, let me see. Regular season games missed. Kawhi's missed 31% of his regular season games. postseason games. AD's only missed one ever. All right, then you look at all their injuries. I think that AD, I mean, as much crap as we give Kawhi, we are so much harsher, including myself, on Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has a reason to always be hurt because he grew late. He's ultra tall. So I'm not giving him that big of a reason, but in terms of like both these guys together, he's missed less than a fourth. I mean, that's not. It's still pretty crazy, but it's not as crazy as Kawhi Leonard. All right, now Kawhi's had knee tendonitis, metacarpal fracture, torn ligament, sprained ankle, quadriceps. I mean, I wonder what my list looks like. It's not this big. I played for a long time. Not all this stuff, but the sprained toe, that kind of hurts. Sprained finger, come on. All right, sacral contusion, I don't know what that means. Calf Achilles injury, groin strain. I mean, yes, they are very fragile human beings for their workload. I got to give it to Kawhi. All right, why? Okay, yes, I do believe that Anthony Davis is more fragile, but he plays through more injuries, and I think Kawhi, honestly, could play many of the games he doesn't play. I think that Anthony Davis, is legitimately hurt. I mean, I'm not saying that. So I'm not saying, he's not weak for being hurt, but his body's actually hurt. His body's very, very fragile. But Kawhi, I think if they both played in all these games, Kawhi would do tremendously better because he's not actually hurt. Anthony Davis would be hobbling out there. That's what I believe. But I'm a Lakers fan. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. All right. Who's been doing the homework? Has anyone? Everyone? As I said before, I've been watching you guys do the homework. We got 3 different homework playlists. Kieran with the Kyrie spin to Jay. Nice job. I see Josiah right there. Mello. Caden. Hoppy. Hoppity. All right. Henry right there. I see that. If you guys looked at that guy's court, okay, that was Adrian. Adrian's court has our logo on it. His outdoor court at his home has our logo drawn in chalk on it. That's pretty dope. That should be some extra credit points right there. Great job to Adrian. Some behind the scenes stuff. What's the behind the scenes stuff? Oh, let's check this out. This is about the Joker. All right, and this is what Tim Duncan said when asked, "Who's better, you or the Joker?" And Timmy had a great answer.
Duncan is elite.
Hey, can I say something? Can I say something about Tim? And I'm a rat at Tim. I was talking to Tim just recently. I was like, Jokic would have whooped your ass. And he goes, this is the ultimate Tim Duncan text. He goes, I played him after I was me and before he was him. I did okay. That's the way he takes it. If you know Tim, that's the ultimate compliment to Jokic of before he was him and after I was me, I did okay.
I love Tim.
Tim's one of my favorite teammates.
So I like what he just said right there because as I've approached this large age of 43 or something like that, 40. I don't know how old I am anymore. That's how old I am. I lost count. I've realized I am not the same player I was before, and one day it'll happen to you. What are you going to do then? And I say all this so you guys can relish these moments as you build up to the player that you're going to become and make that player as high as you can because all I can say is I was once pretty good because now I'm not good at all. But Akeem Olajuwon faced Shaquille O'Neal. Akeem was in his prime. Shaq was at his infancy. They like to judge Shaq by that moment because he got his butt kicked by Akeem Olajuwon. People will always judge you on your entirety. They probably are judging LeBron James based off of how he's playing against, John Morant. You really shouldn't because someone's peak is their peak and they're going to fall off eventually, even LeBron. And if someone got the best of Michael Jordan in his Wizards years, I don't think that should count. But I like how Timmy D explained it. He said, when I was no longer me, meaning after his prime, and before Joker was himself, I did okay against him. And I think that we should always like have that in play and realize when you 5th graders are playing against the 7th graders, you haven't gone through puberty yet. This directly applies, but I get so many parents freaking out that you aren't doing well in the games, and I'm like, I sabotage them. And I was actually putting on our schedule for next year, and I was like, I was doing it all, and I was like saying, okay, if we have an 8th grade team, or if we have a 5th through 8th grade team, who could they play against? Well, if we have an all-star 5th through 8th grade team, we can't play against our non-all-star 5th through 8th grade team, right? We would have to play against some 8th graders. Well, where can we find some 8th graders to play us? Anywhere. Because if you have a 5th through 8th grade team, no matter how good your 8th graders are, they have to carry everyone else below them. We will find competition even within our own ranks. Our backup team full of 7th and 8th graders could compete with us. And that's why I like mixing in the grade levels, because I do like sabotaging you guys so that you guys can compete and constantly compete. And it's basically like putting you guys in the NBA right now, okay? It's not exactly, but it's like putting you guys in New York right now, where every single thing is a competition. Every single time that you dribble the ball for our like point guard, I want 3 people guarding him. Every single time that you go up for a rebound, I want 3 people on you. Every single time that you bang into someone in offense, I want it to be a huge guy. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I want you guys to compete so that even if you are not in your prime yet, that will get your prime to be even higher. Okay? So Timmy has it. He's thinking with a sane, sober attitude of like, dude, of course I did pretty well. Like in comparison to where we were at the time. So that's a very, very smart man, and hopefully you guys can see things that wisely. If you can't, you're just like your parents, because they can't see it either. They would really rather you play against some 1st grade kids in wheelchairs than be challenged any day of your life. I promise you, man. Okay, sorry. They want to be within 5 points every single game. Sorry. Sometimes you need to get your butt kicked by 70, okay? I'm sorry. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. Watch the story of the day.
Work in such a way that if success were to come upon you by accident, you'd still deserve it. Sometimes much of what we deem as success is a lot of dumb luck. But whether you deserve it or not is worth more than any accolade you can win or lose.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I was talking about. Dude, you might get lucky one day, but do you deserve the luck? All right? What up, Teo Trujillo? You might hit the lottery one day, but do you deserve it? There was a guy who, his girlfriend broke up with him, I believe. That's what happened. He was super sad. Then he gets into like a car accident and like had like a brain injury. And then he went down to the store, scratched a lottery ticket, and he won like $10,000. And it was like, what? And then they did a story about it because it was kind of cool, and they were like, oh man, you went through all this stuff, but you won this thing. Can you show us how you did it? So they got him a lottery card, and they said, scratch it off, we're going to reenact it. So he scratched it off, and he won $100,000. And it was like, what? You just won again? And it was like, it couldn't happen to a better person because you went through all this stuff, right? What would happen if you just magically got signed to an NBA basketball team? Would they say you deserve it because of all your hard work? Even though like you don't deserve it talent-wise, do you deserve it because of your hard work? That's all that I care about. And you're like, well, what if I'm just talented? Well, that's what you want to be, right? You don't want like Bronny James to be like Bronny James and not deserve it, where it's like your daddy got you in. But you would like for your talent to be the reason that you got it, of course. But talent is so many things, so many things that you're born with. What if you were talented and didn't work hard? That's not cool. I don't like that. I would rather have the hardest worker than a talented guy to win the lottery or to get into the NBA. So it says, work in such a way that if success were to come upon you by accident, you'd still deserve it. Sometimes much of what we deem as success is a lot of dumb luck. And that's what I was talking about, what we deem as success. All right? Like, is winning a game against bad players success? Or is losing a game by 1 point to the most amazing players on earth success? You can't say just because you lost that you weren't successful, and that's the problem. That's why when you get ahead in games, you start to relax. All that matters is, can you try your hardest 100% of the game? Can you focus your hardest 100% of the game? Can you run your stuff most efficiently 100% of the game? Can you prepare for it a year in advance 100% of the time? If you do all that, you can't lose. But if you skip that and you don't prepare for the entire game, you don't try your hardest the entire game, you don't run your plays efficiently the entire game, then you win. What the hell did you even win? It's all relative. You won nothing. You didn't do anything. Okay? You just happen to have the score be on your side because this team happens to be worse than you. Someone's got to be worse than you. Someone's got to lose. Someone's got to win. We can keep fighting loserish teams until you finally figure out a way to win, but that's not what the game is. The game is, I want to get to the NBA, or I want to get to D1, or I want to get to varsity. So if that's the game, you're doing it the wrong way if you're not preparing like that. All right? If you're not working hard and not working hard during the games, not working hard before, not trying your best, not focusing your hardest, you're never going to improve. If you're not playing against better teams, you're never going to improve. It's going to come as a shock to you once you get into high school or college. If it comes that far, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, whoa, I can't handle anything. Why is that? It's because you didn't prepare. You won. You had empty wins. All right. So try to fill your wins with something that actually matters. And the person that did that is Derrick Rose. And I'm going to show you my assessment of Derrick Rose right after you watch him, except he finds out that he is going to make the Chicago Bulls Hall of Fame.
And even this weekend, it's supposed to be about you, but you made it about the fans.
Yes.
Which is incredible. But I'm telling you right now, next year, when we retire your number in that Raptors, it's going to be more about you than the fans. So.
Wow. So that's why you
So what do you guys think about that? It's awesome, of course, right? He had a career that was plagued by injuries. He was MVP of the season. So humble in all of his speeches. That's why I liked him a lot. He's young, extraordinary, talented person. Then he got injured. A lot of people would say he didn't have a Hall of Fame career, but he's endeared himself with the fans because he made a comeback. He's, again, always stayed humble in that regard. He's played any kind of role. He's had huge games in his comeback, a 50-point game against Utah where he was like in tears, right? And that really put him in everyone's good favor. But is that good enough to make the Hall of Fame? I think this is the question that we're like, Michael Jordan's the greatest. And a lot of that is because of media. A lot of that is because what greatness means. Greatness is like a legendary word. And when you're a legend, so many extra things matter than just your on-court play. Like, did you inspire a generation of people like Allen Iverson? That raised Allen Iverson in so many books. Same with Kobe, especially with someone like Jordan. But then you get someone like Tim Duncan who wasn't as inspirational, and he loses points because of that. Is that fair? But Derrick Rose is going to be put up there with Michael Jordan and company in the Chicago Bulls arena. And I'm going to say that this is fair. But it definitely calls into question, what is the merit? And I think this is the goal of everyone, is to be a legend. No matter how many points you score, no matter how many championships that you win, if you didn't inspire other people, what is the point? So I like that term of greatness, even though movies come into play and all this other stuff. So many random things that beyond just talent come into play, because it's something that you can't really control sometimes, but that the entire world can feed off of. And in my life, I want to be legendary like that. So I like that the most. So congratulations for Derrick Rose making the Chicago Bulls Hall of Fame. Totally deserves it. Get my product review for his career. Exceptional. Great job. Let's not forget that the quote of the day, guys, is trust the process. I'll see you guys soon. Where are we today? I think we're at Thornton Middle School. All right, so I'll make sure you guys show up. It has been cold outside, so wear them jackets. I know you guys won't, because you guys are crazy, stupid kids. We'll find out what time our next games are soon. I'm thinking not this weekend, but the weekend after that. I'll find us a Broomfield location, since we've been going all the way across town every single game for the last month and a half. All right, and we'll figure that stuff out soon. All right, anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Cue my music so I can get out of here, man. Reese's, peace.